All right. Looks like it's going to be one of those days. Good morning. Got to plug in the mic. All right. That's pretty close. Phone plugged in. There we go. Video or ambiance. That's pretty good. Oh, it is saying that I am using a ton. I'm going to check some other things real quick. It's fine. Filling off some other stuff. Huh. One of those situations where I'm not supposed to be able to use that much bandwidth. Let's get going. Does seem better now. So today, I'm gonna do a little bit more on stream multiplexer. Found some situations yesterday that could really use linked stuff be a bit better. Currently, linked only really fires off certain situations. Right. And it might be useful to notify there's a connection, that the connection's dropped. When we have, where is it? Incoming packet, we have linked it has a stream ID. It doesn't have reason or incoming packet like stream closed. What about new connection? Maybe something a bit more generic like connection created, stream created. And closed. Because you see doing something like that. Probably have to reason through why things were created or closed. Created's probably going to be the easy one. In this case, let's say we have created, stream ID. Created and closed. I don't like the symmetry there. Connection created, connection lost, connection, because we might tell it to close. If I close something, do I lose it? Let's see, what do they use in places? How about stream created and stream established? Stream connected, disconnected? All right. Disconnect reason. One, it could have been a control drop, like we said, with the close. Where's outgoing? Outgoing packet. Hey, Cardi, good morning. Maybe it was told to shut down. Server shut down. We should be able to say, I think these are kind of like the basic reasons why something would get removed. Hey, Carter, we're working on stream multiplexer again. Found that I needed to know why things were being disconnected. But it'd be nice to know. See, error could actually include the error message, couldn't it? I don't know if we want to do that though. In this case, the servers send right. That's gone. Here's my setup. Good morning, Panos Track. I am building a game, a multiplayer game with a Godot client and a Rust server. The environment that you see here is Alacrity with Tmux and NeoVim. And if you're into Vim, I do have dot files available online. Those are here. OS. This technically is, this is a OS 10 box. But I'm much more comfortable on, well, I like it because it's really just BSD with a pretty face. Oh, you're gonna try out Vim. Ah. Oh, Hero Rays. Thank you for the follow. Xenocron, good morning. And it's afternoon morning. All right, so now that we have those elements available, now we have to go and put them into the system. This is technically being tested. I believe it's being tested. We should have a test available for this. Incoming packet. Stream disconnected. Give it a stream ID and a disconnect reason. Link dead. Oh, what did, I forgot what, oh, it's just disconnect. There we go. I love him. Vim has treated me well. Oh, what's this one? Oh, this is debug. Okay. Stream connected. Stream disconnected. Same thing here. So I do want to show the reason in there. Does mean that I'm going to need debug and display on that. All right. Use the Godot HL API for the server? No. For the server, this is just Rust. I'm not using any Godot server at all. The protocol they speak it's actually a CBOR inspired protocol. So it's like a CBOR with fewer tags. And the theme, if I remember correctly, it's Challenger Deep. Oh, is it not going to auto for me? Should just match. On the client side, currently it is just vanilla GD script, and it is currently TCP. The game isn't going to be like Quake or something like that, so it doesn't need the kind of think about the trade-offs between UDP and TCP. It doesn't need to have to drop the bounds of the stream control in order to just have like raw packets flying back and forth. And I think that it's going to be more available to more people in more networks if it's actually using TCP. I might end up putting even a WebSocket interface so that places that can't connect on odd ports or that are behind strange firewalls would still be able to connect over WebSocket. Oh, disconnect needs what? Incoming packet. Oh, hold on a sec. I hit the keypad button on my keyboard. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Incoming packet. Oh, stream disconnect. Yeah. Okay. And we will ignore both fields. Moment. That should get us compiling again. Go watch. actually do the tests on this as we go through. Now, we should probably be a little bit more prescriptive here for the disconnect reason. In this case, it's likely just disconnect, not error. SpaceVim, no, I have not used SpaceVim. I don't even know what SpaceVim is. Alright, this is our link dead test. That seems to have passed there. Now we have other types of link dead that we should try to simulate. I'm not sure how to actually generate the errors for this. Yeah, this is like the common case. Somebody just goes away. We shut down both ends. Oh, it's like a pre-configured VM NeoVim. No, I've never used that. I have found plug to be rather nice. I used to be very prescriptive and didn't even use plug. Plug, I don't know, maybe I've gotten lazy or whatever. But it's just so much easier. Just love that sort of plug upgrade. Like, boom, everything's upgraded. Press D to see the updated changes. And we really need to, no. I guess I do like that workflow with plug. There we go. All right. Goodbye, Monocle Baron. How do they come up with those names? But where else in here? Now, just so you know, we are actually working on stream multiplexer. It's over here. We're improving the shutdown support on that. And this is something that my game does depend on. Game server does. In fact, I was thinking of actually using this to create a load balancer. So if you use it twice, one in front of the other, you can create kind of a nice mesh. Should stand some beating. All right. Now we have a couple of these that have yet to be used. Where was it? Stream connected isn't being sent yet. Probably do that. I was also thinking it would be interesting to have messages, something like a channel change, like left channel and joined channel. Because right now, the first channel that this element is in will get a connect notice, but the other channels won't. I wonder if that's actually going to be better instead of stream connected and stream disconnected. Maybe these are specific to channels. The stream has connected the channel, then removed from the channel. Ooh, that could be interesting. Then it's more generic. It happens across the channels. Oh, that could be fancy. All right, let's see. So when a stream gets connected to the channel, that's going to be where? It's either a stream multiplexer or multiplexer. Multiplexer. Here. Oh yeah, didn't talk about the different generics. Yes. So essentially, we want to know when the connection has moved between channels. And if you look in the documentation, a stream multiplexer basically takes thousands of TCP connections and multiplexes their data into just a few streams, and what I call channels. And there are commands that the server can send that would cause a stream to move to a different channel. It would go out of one and into the next. Now those channels, sender channels, see where's that? That's these channels here. We have a vector of these different elements here, and these are the outgoing MPSC channels. Now the way that we determine which one of these it's actually in is they move between these readers here. Okay. Let's go look and see what's actually moving them between readers, because when they get taken out and when they get put in, we now have to generate little messages. Packet syncs, yes. Self readers, that's a constructor. Still in the constructor. Oh wow. Here, reader. That goes into run channel. Look at run channel. Run channel has a reader. It also has an incoming packet sync. This will be the easy one to do. The outgoing one's going to be a little bit more difficult, because we'll have to figure out which one of these it actually has to connect to. Incoming socket. Here. So at this point, this is when that loop shuts down. And this is just when we take data off of the select all and pass it in. Incoming packet sync send. Pretty much what we're going to be doing here. We'll do, before we even push this element into the readers, say incoming packet sync send, and then we'll give it the new packet, join packet. This is going to be stream connected. What does it have in it? Actually, just the stream ID. Oh, I see. What is this stream's ID? Oh, where's my autocomplete this morning? Oops. Restart that. So this packet reader, see what type is that? Coming in from incoming packet reader RX. What's an incoming packet reader with a read stream in it? So we have stream over. Huh. Yeah, the stream over technically owns that element when it's going between channels. Let's look at stream over for a moment. Send stream. Does this have little utility functions on it? It doesn't look like it. Stream over control, yes, that's very, very similar to some of our other code. Stream is here. All right, so if we come back here, and we end up putting it in there. I actually need to know what the stream ID is. But it's interesting that the reader doesn't know what its own stream ID is. How is that even possible? That can't be possible. Coming packet reader is a halt async read. A halt async read has a stream ID on it. And it has stream ID. Okay, so it does know. Just have to get to the inner structure. But it didn't look like stream mover gave us that. Send stream. Okay, we might need to make a stream available, or at least get the other ID available through this. If we look at halt again, we just proxy this. Stream over. Stream ID is self.stream. That actually needs to return something, so let's take the semicolon off of it. Balanced, okay. Packet reader dot stream ID. That should be our join packet. We then give the join packet and send that. It's gonna wait. Interesting. We should probably also catch that. Unpacket that. Because if that stream is gone and dead, we can't send to that stream. Await will wait until that packet can be sent. Hey, totally not a spam bot. Welcome back. Let's see, let's differentiate these two trace errors. So, totally not a spam bot. This is Stream Multiplexer again. We are working on adding a little bit more to it. Let's see, where's lib? So for the incoming packets, when a stream connects or disconnects from a channel, we're going to send a notification along with the disconnect reason. So if they disconnected due to IO error, be one of these down here, they just gracefully disconnect, something like this. And then if this server shut them down, it should be one of those. Oh, and Panostrack, thank you for the follow. Let's see, what do we call this? We're shutting down receive loop. Or not. There we go. Ever been there where somebody had copy and pasted an error and it was in two different branches of code and you're like, oh shoot, which one is this? It happens so rarely, I need to know exactly which one it is. Been there before. All right. So that should send us a packet when we join the channel. That will be nice. That should break some tests. All right, now for the other ones, I think that was just the easy one. Now when we leave a channel, so this run really deals with the incoming bits. There's things you never use. Ah, yes, the tests. Stream ID. Strange. Stream over 57. What is this expecting? No field stream ID. Oh, did I double that up? Is that, do I have unsaved buffers? Stream mover, does it actually look like that? I don't think it actually looks like that. It does look like that. Oh, I did do that. Oh my goodness. we actually return an option at this point? Because we might not have a stream. What is it? Just stream ID. That should be a sum. But that stream ID there. Oh. Wow, where was that searching? That should have been in halt. Yeah, I think we should really not have the expect here. We should let the consumer of this deal with the option. Okay, that's going to be a breaking change. Alt 131. Oh, that's in our test code. I think, no, it's just above the test code. There. Stream mover. I think that's where we were. There we go. Sorry. Just blocking bot accounts. All right. Stream over 59. So if we have a stream, the stream, might have stream ID. Oh, interesting. That's right, because StreamOver doesn't even know what's inside of it. Oh, interesting. So what if we return stream here? An optional reference to the stream. I don't want to give it up. What is asref here? So hopefully the caller has the type information here, and they would know that it's a halt and could get that data back out. Multiplexer 237. stream ID will be equal to, say, yeah, this should have the information that it needs to be able to determine what type of stream that is. Packet reader dot stream dot. Interesting. I expect that it would be here. Expect stream is moving channels. That should exist. Stream ID dot unwrap. That's gross. All right. Expected use size found option. Yes, that's true. Look at halt. Conqueror of completion seems to have some issues today. Before. So what's happening here? Where are we? We are in the poll next. We're implementing stream. This halt async read. We're basically a wrapper around this stream. It's only ever some here. Because internet set being true causes self-array to become none. We're taking the other branches. Oh, fine. That's why we do the unwrap there. Stream ID. It's the we either have a message or not. Actually, let's take this. Toss this down here. Let stream ID equal to that. I think that's true for both of these. Missing poll next implementation. Comma there? There we go. There's the formatter. There we go. Just disconnected or received that. Failures. Oh, goody. That's what we're talking about. Because now we're sending extra packets than we had before. So the tests, which we're expecting a very specific packet to be coming in, now seeing a very different one. Okay. Does not match. Stream disconnected. Alright, so let's go to LinkDead first. Where is that? That's in integration. Give me some line numbers. 314. We're already there. Okay. The first thing we should do now is actually check that there is a new message that says we connected. Oh, Excessive Menace, thank you for the follow. All right, we're down 2 more. Say this one, both of these change channel. Annotate should have a value, thank you. They're both in integration, so let's just go look at those tests. I think it's going to be exactly the same thing. We have outline working? Oh, good. Change channel. So after we connect, we'll assert that the client ID has a specific number. And then before we send the message, to do that, actually ID data, that might be the same. RX0. That's what I wanted to check, because yes, we have 2 incoming channels in this case. Oh, interesting. And then are we switching channels? Oh, we did a channel change here. Okay. And then ID RX1 could get that message saying that, hey, we got somebody new. I actually think this is going to be very useful for channels to flush their data and to be told that they need to go and load data. Let's say I had some sort of data store like a Redis or whatever. You could force data to get moved into Redis or pulled out of Redis into local memory. Or whatever your kind of long-term storage is. Read packets. Read. Come on. Read packets. There we go. Client. Connect. We have our ID generated. Okay, we assert that. Here we still just have ID TX. In data TX. Excuse me, RX. Work there. And clean up. Because technically, when all these things disconnect, we do want them to, we do want to check for another packet. We want to know why they disconnected. So here, control right, so after we shut down the client, we could check and see that we got a disconnected message. Now this is a stream connected. We did a stream disconnected. We ignore the first value. Oh, come on, keyboard. It's my USB hub that does that every now and then. What is it? Disconnect reason. And I don't remember what the variant is. Disconnect reason. Disconnect. It's graceful. Maybe we should change that to like graceful or something. Yeah. I think graceful is better than just disconnect. Oh, our documentation test failed. Oh, that's awesome. Should have a value. I do find the documentation tests more difficult to debug. Sometimes the line numbers are off. All right, let's go check here. Lib.rs, have a value. Oh, this is the same problem. Message. Make a test connection. Send a message. Incoming channel should have a value. Yes, we are missing. Let's see our check here. Back up. Basically missing these two lines. Make a connection. Listen for the channel join announcement. Now this I think has 3 channels in it. Coming packet of value, yada yada. Yeah, that comes out of channel 0 RX. See if that fixes that. That's probably going to happen a number of times because we switch channels. Oh, yes, here's our change channel. We'll go to channel 1. Move to channel 2. We didn't finish this. It should also listen for the disconnect on those. That's okay. Because when we go from one to the other, the channel that it's leaving should also have that. Okay, we didn't get to that point yet. Go ahead and add that. Add dot work in progress channel join messages. Okay, I'll squash that later when I actually go PR. Next, we'll do the channel leave messages. Yeah, this disconnected reason. I gotta change that. Storm Dash. Thank you for the follow. All right, so going into the lib here, we want disconnect reason. All right, I can't stand disconnect here. This is going to be graceful. I wonder if Rust Analyzer is up to the task of renaming that disconnect to graceful. 3 buffers changed. Oh, no way. Save. Oops. Write everything. Perfect. Okay, that was a nice rename. Thank you, Rust Analyzer. That would have taken some minutes to do. Okay, so with that, what's next? Not graceful. That one's done. We did stream connected. Didn't really do stream disconnected. A couple reasons that this could happen. Why did it leave the channel? server told it to. Let's see, server, I guess we could call that a drop. Just shut down. Server sent a shutdown packet. Might actually be using that. We'll see if the test vomit. Oh, so far so good. Okay. Graceful, and then channel change. Stream has been removed from the channel due to channel change. We could add a little bit more information to this. We could say, oh, it was going into this channel. See a reason for that at the moment. Okay. Graceful, I think we did. That one's done. This one we did not do. Yeah, I think Graceful is the only one that we really did. These actually become more difficult due to where the errors happen. So shut down an error, I'm putting off for a little bit. Let's go to channel change. So let's see, when we receive incoming packet, I mean outgoing packet. This is something that's going from like a game server through this library. Outgoing packet can be channel change. Oh look, and references are working. It took you a while to boot up, but when you did, it works. Thank you, Rust Analyzer. Self.channel change. Yes, that one. So when we tell a list of streams to change channels, we iterate over them, we remove them, and we enqueue them into a stream to join the new channel. Now, it's actually very possible that if the server is not consuming packets fast enough, etc., that this is actually going to slow down. That's intended. Incoming packet reader TX. I'm actually going to need something I'm missing here. Because when we say, hey, you've just left a specific channel, I need to actually send a message to that channel. I'll set a marker here. Go up to the top. Where are they? Incoming packet syncs. I need this. Okay. We're on self, so we should be able to get that. Oh, except are those taken off of there? There was an option. Ooh. Oh, we do take it. Why would we take the packet syncs? Shouldn't those be clonable? What What is the type on that? It's a sender. We do not need to take those. We should just be able to clone those. Let's change that. It's no longer an option. We'll hold on to that steadfast. Alright, just bouncing through there fairly quick. Here we collect them. What if I'm thinking about the wrong ones? Incoming packet sinks. It's a vector of outgoing elements. Oh yes, this here is just taking the size of them. Okay, that's fine. We're just creating some readers there. Oh. Now we don't want to piss off Clippy. We're not going to take them. We could clone them. Why are we even trying to clone or take them? We're going to remove them from that. Why don't we just clone 0 or clone whatever there? Or channel in that. Okay. Getting rid of that. Self.that. Channel count. And we should just be able to clone the one that we want out of that array. MPSC sender. That should be fine. Oh, self, yes. Now the originals still exist on self. We can use them elsewhere. That's much better. Okay. So now we have channel change here. Now, when we're saying that you're leaving a channel, how do we know which channel you're leaving? Stream movers, if we look at that data structure, it looks like it's a hash map of stream ID to the stream controls and one-shot receivers. Basically, we're pressing the eject button. Go back. We get the control and the receiver, and then we signal it. That hits the eject button. We wait for it to come out, that object. It's basically a MPSC one-shot, excuse me, not a Tokyo one-shot. We're waiting on it for the packet reader to come back out of it. Then we enqueue it in the next one. Okay. What do we call channel change? That's... Do we know which channel we're currently in here? Just run channel. This is just run. Yeah, because when we send a message out, we just look up, see where's the queue for this ID. Just in queue it. We skipped the whole channel thing on this in this direction. That's right. Maybe we could store that information with the stream mover or yet another layer. So here we have a tuple. Stream ID. Probably toss the channel ID in here. Like their current channel. And what is a channel ID actually? When I say change channels, what does that mean? Oh, it's a use size. Okay. All right, that needs a type alias. We'll call it channel ID. There we go. Back to multiplexer. Now we have channel ID. Good. Yes, now there's a couple places where the tuples aren't the right size. 133. Okay, there's one place. There can't just be one place. There must be another one. 171. Okay, there it is. I wonder why it bailed after the first one. Now, when do we actually send this, saying that this has been ejected? Is it at this point where we've actually received it? Probably. Or are we in queue for the next one? What is it? This is self dot. It syncs channel. All right, we'll send something here. Packet leave. Wait. Incoming packet. Stream disconnected. So stream ID. Just ID in this case. ID is so generic. I've been changing those to more descriptive names. And what is the disconnect reason? Channel change. Be easy to include the new channel ID on there. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Let's go back. Now this here, what if we cannot send to that? That really does mean the server's shutting down. Return value here, nothing. Oh, bogus. Are we handling errors here? Oh, going through Tokyo and all that? Probably not. Actually, why is it not telling me about this? Is it just saying, maybe I haven't gotten to that section of errors yet. Let's see. 174, 174. And is this correct before we jump? Packet leave, incoming packet, stream disconnected. Okay. Here, this is where we're inserting it. In queue packet reader. So we will say that they are moving into channel. And this should be channel ID. Have any more of those? 1, 2. Not sure about that one. Channel ID. Next, run channel. Incoming packet reader TX. What is that? View size and APS-C unbound sender. Huh. Wish I knew what this use size was. Type aliases help so much for making descriptive code. And if you don't make them public, they don't show up in your documentation. So. All right, let's go back a little bit from this. So this is incoming packet reader TX, channel change. Consider better names. Yes, or better names. Oh, that is packet reader. That's the channel that they want to move into. Okay, yep, we got that. No, channel ID. There's the error I was looking for, the warning. Yes, what happens if we cannot send that channel? Is that even possible? Yes, it is, because if whatever's using this library drops the receiving end of those, it's game over. Send should fail in that case. Guess we just return. If let error. That. We'll log it. TE trace error. Say could not. Not send out stream disconnect. Burning. Ah, no, that should be fine. So if we can't send it out on this one, it's likely that the other channels are gone as well. Ideally, this would result in some sort of larger scale shutdown. That does mean we would have to get through this. All right. The other warnings. Okay, so we got 2 of those done. We got channel change notification, whatnot. One thing that we didn't do though was update some of our tests. Let's see which tests would need to be updated for that. You know what? It's going to be the ones that actually do channel change. Channel change. Is it called something else? Change channel in the other place? Oh, wow. All right. Let's check these here. Is this a test? No. All right, here it is. In this case, we're changing from 0 to 1. We should get a disconnect message first. Should have disconnected on 0. This should be a stream disconnected. Love the stream ID, but then also the reason. What is that? That's a channel change. Now what's a number that's supposed to be there? That's supposed to be from 0. Oh wait, does that even make sense? This is a great reason to do unit tests because then you get to preview your API. Moved into the given channel. So that should be a 1 instead of a 0. All right, that's good. Where are we here? This is just a description. Move to that channel. I see. So if we're moving to channel 2, and we're coming out of channel 1, I don't know if I actually want this here in this test though. Or that's just documentation. Interesting. I only changed channel once. That tests. That's just in that one. Okay. That's good. What's the next spot? Go back to lib. Stream disconnect. So to change channel and graceful, other two are going to be a little bit more interesting. I'm actually doing this because the game server got into a state where it didn't know that something had disconnected and was still trying to send to it. I need to bubble these sorts of events up through this library. Let's see, server sent shutdown packet. It's very, very similar to graceful. Does that become that? And we might not have this one. I'm not sure if we'll be able to track that a graceful shutdown was caused due to the fact that we sent a shutdown. Would that be the responsibility of the library using this? Okay. Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to tell you to go away. Would I expect that to happen? Let's see. Pretend we're actually using this library and we say, you know what? Disconnect stream 5. It currently happens to be in channel 3, relevant. Disconnect stream 5. And then later we get a message that says stream 5 has disconnected gracefully. That seems reasonable. It really does seem reasonable. Would I care that I caused it at that point? So if I really needed to know if I had caused it, I would have kept some state around. Let's get rid of that one. Yeah, because in the case of the server, if I'm telling somebody if I'm kicking a socket off the connection, I'm also going to dump their player state and all that. But if somebody just happens to disconnect and it's graceful, the player state's still around, yeah, then I know that I didn't kick them out. Okay, then they go link dead in some other way. Alright, yay, less work. This one, there was an error while handling the stream. This one's a little bit more challenging because of where this happens. I believe that happens in stream multiplexer. So it might need to bubble some sort of error packet up, or it might need to generate the incoming packet like that. All right, let's see. Standard IO error, blah, blah, blah. Lots of errors here. That's not a helpful search. Multiplexer senders. I said stream multiplexer earlier. I think stream multiplexer was the original name of multiplexer, and multiplexer senders. I often get confused with it. All right, there we have sender pairs. That's kind of a little internal thing for this. Now, multiplexer senders basically waits for data from this sender stream. So futures unordered has a bunch of streams inside of it. Okay, so as we're sending data out, we might get some sort of error saying like, hey, some underlying OS error when trying to send to this sync. And that's possible. We'll have to check this here. We'll probably have to check this on the read side as well. We might have some same sort of errors coming back in. Yep, there's our futures unordered. That's where we push the futures into the futures unordered. Pulling to pump the outgoing messages future. Handle finished sync. Okay. That's result. If we get error here, we just drop it. Drop the sender. That causes shutdown to happen. I guess that's a good question. Does getting an IO error actually mean that they've been disconnected? Doesn't. So if we look at Tokyo says TCP stream. So we're actually calling split on it, but we're using underneath the hood, we're using the async write case that we're looking at. That async write is a Tokyo IO result type. And that's just a standard result with a Tokyo IO error. And a Tokyo IO error, goodness. Errors mostly originate from the underlying OS. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here. So if they're from the underlying OS, that means it's like a standard IO error. Yeah. Look at standard IO error. Connection refused, connection aborted. What? Which ones of these do we have to handle in a special way? Timed out, I don't know, invalid data, would block. We get some sort of error sending out. Just gonna drop the connection. Just let it hang on. I think I'm more likely to use it as a signal that it needs to go away, be dropped. This drop here is going to signal that there was a shutdown, of a graceful shutdown. And if that's the case, then we really don't know if it's just disconnected or not, right? It's channel change or disconnected. We wouldn't be able to know that it was an error. Interesting. Well, we could leave it like that for a bit. What about the read side of things? Who, fix me. Could we... I mean, maybe it should just be an incoming packet error. Right? Maybe it's not a disconnect reason, just a packet. That would mean that multiplexer senders would have to figure out which channel this person's on. I mean, we're in the middle of the outgoing pipeline. We'd have to produce an incoming message. All right, let's go look at the read side of it. The read side is... we have some tests at the... wow, quite a few tests at the bottom. Good for me. In this case, we have a stream. And so what is this? This is a stream wrapper. Basically, we're wrapping a stream. The try stream. It's going to produce an incoming packet with whatever the stream type is. And in this case, we could send some sort of error. Like if we got an error here, this is interesting. I wonder what this actually becomes. So who uses this up above us? That's just propagating up and out. Didn't become a packet. That's going to be in multiplexer. We're probably dropping it there due to that. Let's double check in multiplexer. See where in multiplexer. Run channel. Yeah, this is the reading side of it. So that's a some or a none. Yes. It actually should be reader. So when data comes out of the select all, packet res, going to be some, oh, I see, and here we have packet. The packet sync, we're sending something straight through. Ooh, what if that's an error? All right, we missed something. There's this incoming packet sync. Okay, what is this type? This is a stream mover. Let's look at what the stream mover does. It's really just looking for an ejection, otherwise it's passing stuff through. It's not doing anything special. Incoming packet reader is a halt async read. Halt async read. What do you do? More tests. So the halt async read, if it, here's the poll next. Interset, okay, and here, matching on the value. Where's the value coming from? Here. Polling that. That's some or none. Interesting that we're actually wrapping that into, that doesn't make sense. How in the world, what about the error case? Where's the error come from? We're not bubbling it right out there. Okay. That's going to be whatever the read stream is. Do we even use reader? Packet reader? Source lib. Mod reader? No, that's a dead file. Okay, that has to go away. What about the tests? Okay, well if that's the case, git rm source reader. Let's try the test again. Goodbye code. All right. Oh, that's good. It's good to have little messes like that cleaned up. Let's close that buffer. So in that case, we kind of followed the rabbit hole a little bit there. Say that again. We were in multiplexer. Multiplexer led us down to this incoming packet reader, which was a halt async read. Halt async read, it's stream, just above the tests. Okay, that's just bubbling up and out. Yeah, if we have some value, and value could be a result, it could be something else. Interesting, so you don't distinguish between one type or the other. And that means, oh, that's right, because we don't care if it's a tri-stream or a different type of stream. Where was that reference to tri-stream? Was that in reader? Oh, and here in halves stream. This is just a utility thing. This is to make using the library easier. I think people would actually use this file as kind of a template to make their own sort of wrapper here. Okay, so we don't really care about whether or not it's a tri-stream or a regular stream, whatever it is. Actually, we do care. It needs to be a regular stream. Okay, that means it's not this library's responsibility to drop things due to error. That means that goes away. Okay, that's much better. I like having gone through that. Much better mental model of that. So, do we have that repo, GitHub? Check out Stream Multiplexer again. Is there an issue for this? Settings drop, notify channels. That's number 22. Okay. I think the current version on the site is 081, so we need to make sure this is 082. Already got that. Good. This is going to be a feature. Does this break the API? I mean, should this actually be something else? It does break the API. It can't be the way it is. That's an 090. All right. Feature. Breaking feature. Add a disconnect. What was the number on that? Was that 22? 22. 22. Push -u origin head. Much easier. There we go. So that's there. Take that, create a PR. Let that go through its paces on the integration server. Now reader's gone. Wow. Oh, linked issue. Closing 22. Okay, that's good. Now we're probably going to switch gears, go back over to the game server. Come back to that in just a bit. Close out of that. I use that to set the window sizes perfectly for the stream. All right. Get that built. Okay, it's actually running. That's cool. Yeah, give me a moment. I'm gonna get some water. Well, it's here at the desk. I just... Okay. Oh, that was quick. Everything passed. Now we can go back to check out master. We don't want to do that. Git tag v0.9.0 is that. Push the tags. There we go. Cargo release, no publish. All right, that's good. It's gonna be 090. We go ahead and change the game server to use 090. Stream multiplexer 0.8. Should change these. See, server just needs that. Okay. Game state. We'll try this. I typically don't do this, but this is something we update so very often. So this one here, 9.0. They should look at the workspace, determine what's the highest version number, go from there. Actually, before we tell it to go fetch that stuff. Oh, good. Okay, so that's there. Mismatch types, yay! Okay. I guess that was a break and change, wasn't it? Close the buffers. Actually, let's quit Vim for a moment. Start it up. Remain. All right. This is going to be line 111. What is it saying? Mismatched types. Send that. Sounded. Two different versions of the crate are being used? Huh. Alright. Let's try again. That was strange. I guess it just used whatever it had. It did build faster. Instead it didn't pile the other things. Okay. 140, that looks actually a little better. Disconnected. And disconnected, we'll have to actually look at the reason now. Because we don't want to do this in certain cases. So if they are disconnected, stream disconnected. And it has the stream ID and then the reason. If it's graceful, graceful doesn't really seem like it fits now, does it? All right, so we do that. Problem though is this is no longer exhaustive. Let's go ahead and save that. Go cargo watch on that. Oh look, we got stream multiplexer in here in multiple places. Control message, going packet, message. What is going on with this? Okay, so yeah, that sorting seems okay. Unused import. So if we change channel, so we don't really care. No, if they change channel, we don't want to do this. Put that first up here. Okay. It's pretty much going to be the same thing over and over again. 17. Okay, do nothing there. Back stream ID should probably be underscored. Auth filter seems like not the right thing here. We're in character. All right, let's ask to rename that. This is character. Okay. Character filter connection state. There we go. Given that, yeah, those go away. Should be down to 1. All right. Filter connection state. Oh, look. That's such a better name. On. So we actually changed some of this logic. Certain cases, like once we get into the game master state, we will actually have to tell the game master that this connection has gone away. Do nothing there. This, I think, is actually going to become useful in the case where I start moving the state or flushing a state to disk or the database. Because these different channels will have different sorts of flushing responsibilities. Game Master, probably more so than others. Oh, in fact, there's even another message that we're not handling. There's the message, there's the connect message. And each of those actually has a connect message. We'll have to add those as well. But in this case, we get something that's disconnected. Filter connection state, we're just removing the connection here. So take that up there. Preserve the fix me. Not exhaustive, yeah, stream connected. That's right. Okay, 142, just need that. Now when a stream connects, Actually set up the connection state. That would be nice. So what do we do right now? Right now we process an incoming message. When we come into here, might go into like create account or something else. And in here we set up the connection state. Let's see. Let's see, what else could we do with this connection state? We could validate that when they come into this channel that they are already in there. Drop them otherwise. I don't know if that's just silliness, because I have little belt and suspenders, I guess. All right, 139. In the case where we're doing authentication, there's really nothing to do at that point. Once we get into running the channel, the character channel though, we could do a little bit more validation. Say, hey, are they already in the connection state? Entity IDs at this point. When they enter this channel, entity IDs, I would expect to be none. But I think what I really want to know is just that they're inside of the connection state. Actually, I think I'm going to go with the belt and suspenders approach yet. We'll just filter those packets out for the moment. Okay. That's building. Do our tests work? How long has it been since we've run tests on? Pour some tea while that's baking. There we go. Tea is poured. Oh, goody. Look at that. Serialization test stuff. Oh, perfect. I knew I'd missed something. Some of that last night. Okay, so 43 in that file. Oh, what did it say? It said that the right was 1, the left is 3. So this serializes to 1 byte. Is that correct? All back. No, that's not always right, because a number can actually serialize into different sizes. What's the maximum size for a CBOR integer to serialize into? 8 bytes technically. Because it's CBOR, that's a variable size, and I can't do that sort of debug at runtime. Otherwise, after I get past, oh goodness, whatever the threshold is, 24 is the magic number, 23, 24, and then it goes into 2 bytes, 3 then 4, etc. Let's say that, let's see, what would that be, 2? We did 2 bytes, and then I had to get a little bit more if I needed it there. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to look at CBOR's back. Oh, interesting. We'll just do the stable reference one. And in here, towards the bottom, spend a little too much time in here. They have some test values. Infinity, a very large number. Scientific notation, floats. All right. Actually, 5 there, 1,000. 3. I think it would take a while for somebody to get to that many callbacks. Probably fine saying, oh, we need 8 bytes. And what was the other one? Disconnected. Messages disconnected. 5. 0. Oh, to 19. What is the reason? Oh, type ID is what? That's 17 for that. Disconnected reason. Yeah, and that has a U8 on that. Okay. 5. So I think this is a fixed size. We said 19 here. That would be fine. Because the reason size isn't going to keep going, etc. That's good. Okay. Glad we're going through the tests. Otherwise, we would have gotten in there when the game client started, and then just stuff would have blown up. Disconnected 35. Uh-oh, what did I change? Oh shit, I changed get actors. What was it before? 8. Okay. And this should be 19. And then position, it's saying that it's only 3. How's that the case? Oh, it's because they're very small numbers. Actually, let's do 8 again here. Because those numbers, I know I'm using U16s here, but it's unlikely that somebody's going to be that far off the map. Our maps aren't actually that big. Just trying to choose a reasonable default for allocating. Oh, and I left that in there. Okay, that's probably it. Was that the only one that failed the last time? Yeah. Pretty. I'll create login field. That's for a different reason though, because the database stuff isn't set up. Let's just get a green light and then we'll start up the server. Interesting. Who left their init logging on? Yeah. So that should be that. Next, oh, let's get Godot fired up. There we go. Still got some logging in here. No. Okay. All right, let's check on the server. Okay, that looks much better. Cargo build and dev run. That'll load up the environment variables and get it started. After it compiles. Only 2 packages though. No. So in the client code, I've got an issue where this object uplink is actually getting created more than once. So I put this in the init. I was trying to figure out like, okay, well, where's that happening? What's causing it? And global added the to here because I thought, you know what? I wonder if global is getting created over and over again. But it doesn't seem to have. It's not both of them at the same time because global holds an uplink, and for whatever reason, uplink is getting instantiated more than once. I have to figure that out. That's what causes some of the random disconnects. Oh, the server started up. We can actually connect now. Let's go to this view. Log in. Oh, I have breakpoints on the no. Okay. That worked. That worked. I think I have one other bug here. Basically, I think that the client has sent the actor ready packet, but it doesn't actually show up yet. If I click right now in the game, and it shows up. Come back here. Fitting state head, data n length. Yep. Incoming data on channel 2, starting channel 2. Got a packet, kind 3, followed by 31. Right, those I think are separate. So I think I have an issue in stream multiplexer where it's not, if I send a packet like over and over again, it doesn't always pick it up. Look at that. Or here, if I look around the world, oh, incoming message ID 1? What is ID 1? Find 30. Oh, this is a stream ID. That's another reason that I should rename those stream IDs. ID is just way too generic. Oh. Here. ID should be stream ID. Okay. That'll be at 091. Error reading GM packet. Not be handled by Game Master. That's the actor ready. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's go look. Let's look at messages first. Messages lib 30. Yes, incoming, that's actor ready. Good. Okay, now let's go back to Game Master. Oh, Game Master in here. Yeah, it does a couple different things. Hold some process, some state and whatnot. Has the tick. We're gonna look at the process function. Process function in a Game Master packet. This is where we start to handle these elements. So at this point, we should have actor ready. Do that. That won't exist. No, let's go into. Let's just do a watch. All right. So that doesn't exist. Where does actor ready actually live? I think it's in the old TCP stuff. Oh, it got moved to handle actor ready. What about the old TCP files? It feels like I'm missing something. TCP server connection. Handle for info. Handle path. See, we don't have to do that anymore. Yeah, most of this code in here is going to go away once it's set up. TCP server kind of got split into stream multiplexer. And the handling code is coming out into Game Master directly because we've actually gotten rid of that sort of a middle enumeration, keeping bytes as bytes for longer, and we deserialize them right when we need them. Also means that we don't waste CPU cycles if all we're going to do is drop the connection or whatever. Okay. Little message disconnected. Direction. Actor info. We're looking for actor ready, and it's not in there. Okay. Well, in that case, this is going to be fairly straightforward. Looks like all we're doing is setting this up in the ECS, setting that actor to be ready, which should mean that we can move around the world. I'm going to take the top end off of this. You know what? This has to be renamed and other stuff. Okay, so G rename to actor ready.rs. There we go. Go to lib game master. Pull that module in. Game master source actor ready is there. Actor ready, parse that. We have our stream ID here. I don't think we actually need the stream ID at this point. Unless, of course, we're going to validate that this stream controls that actor. We should do. Where were we doing that? Let's go back to Game Master, lib. Then load actor. There it is. Has entity control. We'll validate that this is access to the app. Game Master handle actor ready. It's already gone. We're not really doing the stats the same way that we had been in the past. ActorReady.id. So let's take a peek at what ActorReady does. Ooh, definition not found. Be from messages. ActorReady. Still not there. Game Master Source ActorReady. Something's not kind of matching up here. 28. Oh, this is just ECS now. There. This does not return an error. Game state error. So it'll either be okay. Is that one, or a semicolon on there. Or we will return error, game state error, valid entity. What's our entity ID? ID. All right. Why do you want a comma? Oh, I'm missing a parenthesis. There we go. Should be better. All right, pass self. Rename entity, rather ID to entity ID. Who actually uses that? Let's take that off the screen for a bit. Arguably, this should be like a set entity ready. Oh my goodness, those guys are out in force today, aren't they? And report. It's a bot. I think it's a bot account, and there we go. Let's keep going. I need a little script for that little browser plugin. Actor ready. Okay, set player ready. I think this is really a set entity ready. I'm going to start to rename these from player to entity things. Okay. That looks okay. Set entity ready. Actor ready. Ooh. I can get renamed later. Expected. Oh, yes. I have a semicolon here. And this needs a dot into with into. Use that trait, convert game state error into a game master error. There's a from on that. Should be okay. Oh, this should be a map error. Unresolved module still actor ready. No act ready in the root. In messages. Where does act already live? Look at the old packet codec code. All right, packet 30. Oh, I see. We just wrap it in an ID saying who's ready. Got it. So really, the packet has nothing, has no body. it's just packet ID 30. Interesting. Where then is struct ID? There it is, game state component. Are there any others? This is what it looks like. All right, we'll see if we get this parsing right here. I kind of see it, but a little bit that I just don't see here. So in this case, the message, the incoming message, it has some more information on it. It has information as to what subject is of this packet. And it appears as though the packet doesn't actually send who it's about. So let entity ID equal message.subject. Then here, say entity ID. Now at this point here, we should already have a subject, and I think this is actually returning an option. Now where do we have those? Incoming packet. That is the message. The message then has these elements here. Fine, and that has nothing to do with the game code. But packet, packet does. That's where it's hidden. Message value. So if we look at packet, packet has a subject. That's where it is. Packet is the value. Okay, that works. But if this is an option, we want to okay or else we will produce a game. Should it be a game master error? Probably a game master error. It's almost like a game state error. Stream subject, that's it. And we'll give it the stream ID, or connection ID rather. Connection ID. We do that. That converts the okay, so okay or else converts the option into a result, and we provide it a function that can generate the result. Excuse me, the error of the result. Then we can use the question mark operator, the try operator, on the result of that, which will unwrap our result. Excuse me, which will unwrap our error, providing an instant return of the error if there is one, which is nice. Okay or else is really nice. I like that function. Actor ready. Okay. This should be entity ID. Oh, come on, Vim. Vim fingers on. Resolve module still. Hold on, what was that? Let's go back to actor ready. Try from actor ready, going message, position. Some stuff we can clean up at the top. Line 5. Saying position. That makes sense. We're not using position here. There we go. We're down to real errors. No actor ready in the root. That's true because we didn't actually have a packet. Okay, what was the other error? Line 25 constate. Oh, underscore constate. Okay. All right. Let's get the game on again. Restart the game. It's long gone. And restart the server. Godot. Restart that. It's taking its sweet time, and this is with the kind of faster linker. So in here, I set up for plus Xbox to use ZLD, kind of a modified linker for Apple stuff. I gotta go through and clean up some of these. Waiting for incoming data. Yay. It's not actually helpful there. That should probably be like an info or debug. Oh, that's part of legacy. Okay. That's only in 3 places. All right, let's keep going. Time to connect. Log in. I have to move the windows around. Okay. There we go. We got this bug. I need to click again. That. At 31. I think if I click again, it gets 30, doesn't it? 3. Let's see if we can get him to go stand in his puddle. The tick is really slow though. Why is it receiving packet 30 over again? That's something the client's doing? Where's the tick? Come on, where's the tick? Oh, we need to make the tick faster. Start tick. Oh, that's right, it's in the env file. Oh, but we have to silence some of these. But did I already silence it? Looks like I did. Yeah. With the environment, normally the tick is much, much faster. You can see the difference. Normally, I think this here is, what, 60 frames a second? Let's do that. Run it again. And what? Oh, and I'm going to add some logging to the client. I want to know which packets it's actually sending out. Uplink. Write message. Okay, if we're going to get rid of that for a moment. Debug. Ping packet. Type. I don't believe the server. The server is doing some funky stuff. I've got a bug in there somewhere. This will help figure out which side of the pond it's on. Oh, look. It's just going. Delay queue, pull next. All right, let's stop the server. Delay queue, pull next. Leave the error. What is this delay queue for? That's for the timeout stuff, isn't it? Yeah, the timeout stuff had some weird rules around it. The delay queue, so delay queues are really cool. Basically, you put something into it and you say, I want this back out at this time. And you just poll it. And if something comes out, you deal with it. And I'm using that for handling the link dead support. When somebody goes link dead, they're supposed to go into the delay queue. And well, then later, after n number of seconds, I think it's set to a minute right now in the environment file, we get it back out. Yeah, time to connect. Good. Now, let's look here. Godot. Good. Sending packet 25 and 26. Okay. Does the server agree with us? Here's 26. Alright, so it must be. I think 25's up above that. Where's 25? Alright, we're gonna fast forward this one. It's too early. Okay, let's keep going. We'll choose Captain Fuzzy Lips. We sent 25, 26, 29. Oh my goodness, we sent a whole bunch of stuff. 3030. I don't think we got that many packets. It's 29. There's 29 there. Where'd packet 0 go? Oh, packet 0 gets consumed. It doesn't make it all the way through. That's fine. Packet 3. So packet 0 happens to be the subject, the stream subject. Packet 3 we sent twice. So 29, then 3, then 3. I don't see 3 in there. It's like it's just behind. Like if I click now, like
Well, at least their tour t-shirts are reasonably priced.
I got more data. Kind is 3. Yeah, there's something going on. Okay. We have a 31. And now if we click to have him move, does he actually move? No. Come on, I wanted him to move. It says adding destination. So yeah, if I click around, let's click in the puddle again. Kind 2. Message kind 2. Game state adding destination. Got it. Game state adding destination. Interesting. So that should have gone into there. Here's the ID. We have X and Y. Hey! Oh, Braj, good morning. I hope your stream went well today. At this moment, I've got the server put back together to the point where I can actually log in. Trying to get movement working again. All right. Oh. Hello and goodbye. Well, thank you. Thank you, Tom Raj. Yeah. So at this point, we're trying to get movement working. You can kind of see the gameplay up there. The water is kind of going up and down, and the island that this guy's on is procedurally generated. Unfortunately, I can't move around in the world yet. We're trying to get movement working. Now at this point, it could be that when we add the destination to the world, it either doesn't commit it. It's supposed to commit all the lazily inserted elements in this entity component system into its state, and then we'll basically pull those out of the state and convert those destinations. We can check that. Let's stop the server. Oh, and before I forget, env. We're going to change and say for multiplexer, we want debugger better. There we go. So at this point, let's look at, what is it, system. The entity component system has systems, it has components, and it has entities. Connor there on screen is an entity, and one of its components is where it wants to go, the destination in the world. So we have a system to process those destinations. So let's see. Should be able to log out if we're actually processing any of the destinations in here. Let's do tracing. See, I'm not actually sure how to tell it to skip this element here. It doesn't really have a name. All right, we'll skip that for now. So given an entity ID, we want entity ID here, and probably its destination point. Mic on. Does the game have perspective or isometric? Kind of looks something like Don't Starve at the moment. Yeah, I was actually going for a bit more of a Don't Starve sort of look and feel. And that's still up for debate. I don't know if it'll actually ship with that, but in development, it's definitely going to have that. I'm toying around with the idea of having kind of a cel-shaded 3D world, but it really depends on what I can get done. So you can also see that it's kind of pixelated because I wanted to go with kind of a 8-bit feel, but that I might also change that. But right now I just consider it kind of dev art, but it's definitely designed to be like the overall game is supposed to be more of a mix between Don't Starve, Sunless Seas, 1 Hour, 1 Life, where you can go around, you can gather things, you can build things, sort of tech trees, all that. Right? But then you can also go adventuring. Right? If you want to go destroy some sort of dragon or whatnot, you need to sail off to the Dragon Island and have some fun. The world is generated though, so it's infinitely big. And your view of the world is actually different than the other people's view of the world. So as Connor here, I wish I could go around, click around and see this. So let's compile that and see if we can get it running. I want to see if that actually triggers there. But the idea is that you start off on your own island. Nobody else can actually find it. The universe is just made of islands. And so when you sail north or any of the compass directions, or main compass directions, you will reach another island. And you basically build out your own map of how the islands in the universe are connected. The first island that you ever go to will, of course, be kind of like a common island, right? Like what I call the big island. And you'll have trading and, shops and whatnot there. But if and you can probably get people to go on some adventure together and kind of party up. And then together you follow whatever the map is of your kind of your team lead. You wander off into the universe using that info. Now, here, we're going to start this up again. Server ran. Okay. I want to see the console as well. I get those. Yeah, we're going to click into his little puddle here and see what happens. Or just you can't go back once you. No, it is something that it's kind of like your home, right? Other people can't come in unless you invite them. It's like you could drop your loot there, you could build something on your own island, and you don't have to worry about somebody coming along and like destroying things. Well, this is interesting. We received data. We have this packet 3. Look again. Kind of like your room in Habbo Hotel. Funny. Oh, panic. Why did it panic? So it did run system destination. Interesting. Oh, I did a debug assert. Aha, yes. Okay, so messages path. Let's go fix that. Just trying to be clever. Now, what is the message? Left is 16. It's saying that it needed 16 bytes to actually encode that. And what did I say? I said 9. Interesting. Okay. Let's give it some reasonable amount of memory off the bat. I only wanted to do like one allocation here. And I just realized that the size of the position isn't the same. So this type coordinate, how a type coordinate actually gets encoded in the CBOR format that I'm using, isn't constant. I can't do it this way. It's better to probably just choose some happy, like 64. We could probably do 64, 128. All right, then we'll drop that. All right, do it again. So the kicker, though, is as you explore the world, right, it gets more dangerous the further away you get from your home island. Also more rewarding, of course, because you can't have risk without reward. Now, when you die, the world is a nice place. All of your stuff just ends up on your home island for your next of kin. The one thing that's missing, though, the one thing, is your map. So you have to go and explore everything again. Of course, the first place you go to is that common island. Now you have to build up your own set of links in the world. All right, did that start up? Not yet. There it goes. Let's log in. I'm gonna move him off of his ice there. See, I'm clicking, but it's not running the tick. Where's the tick? Tick interval in microseconds. Did the tick not start up? It must be running. Oh, wait. I can move. Okay. Now I need to deal with some other issues we're having. If I click left here, it's not quite right. I can move around, but it doesn't feel controlled. I'm clicking left here. You can see the islands. Islands are procedurally generated. They come in different sizes and shapes. Yeah, we gotta figure this out. It's chaos. Huh. All right, so if I go off the puddle somehow, and I click into the middle of the puddle, I just moved away from it. I click in the middle of the puddle again, still nothing. Middle of the puddle. Now we went to the middle of the puddle. If I click out of the puddle, 1, 2. Yeah, there's a buffer somewhere. It shouldn't be there. If we go back into the puddle, 1, 2, 3. Interesting test. Where would I have 3 things buffered up? Huh. Do I have 3 layers in here? That could be. Oh, look at that. Now it's just running. Did that actually clicked very quickly. Was it spamming the server? Was the server just not... Oh, there. Okay, why is it doing this? Like it's not processing that destination. So why would it do that? Go to system destination. I think there is a case where, oh, we don't actually remove it. You're already at the destination, skip it. We don't actually say it's processed. We actually have to say that it's processed. Okay. That's a good catch there. On the server again. That was interesting. I wonder if I do that in some of the other systems. Let's check real quick. So we have Trigger Zone and Trailblaze. Trigger Zone 1 just checks to see if you stepped in something. Empty paths. Okay. That's fine. And the trigger zones, which we're not actually activating yet. Just wanted to check to see if I made the same mistake in here. That one seems okay. Actually, what was the error? Messages, path, line 3. There we go. And it still doesn't know about this module. We do that. Come on, wake up. Alright. So I wonder where the different kind of layers that are buffering are. In the game engine, in the server, there's a couple layers where this could be. I do use Rust here, and I am wrapping some streams and sinks. I wonder if there's a buffer in there that I'm not accounting for. And why 3? What if it's always 3? Let's go check that. Let's see if 3 is consistent. Lowering my desk. Takes like 63 cranks to lower the desk. Alright. So back to the game. Start again. Fuzzy Lips. It's his own island with a little dot on it. Puddle. Let's click on the puddle once, twice, 3 times. We'll click off the puddle once, twice, 3 times. Yeah, it seems to be consistent as at 3. Hold on a sec. Dog's making some weird noise. I'll be right back. And we're back. False alarm. Okay, so we have some code in the game server. We had to wire up some logging in. TCP server next has a codec here. And we're testing the codec. And currently when I ask the codec to decode something, it just does it. The tests work out pretty well for that. Do I use that? I do. We could add some logging here. Code, that's the encode side. Let's go to the decode side. Where it says that it's decoding. I think this is a little too verbose for us. See, we're already doing this and it's not useful. Clean some of that up. Funny, I don't think it's actually that thing that's causing the issue. Keep an eye on that though. Game master. think some of these should really be renamed. I like the handle such and such thing better. Like handle actor info, handle actor ready. So right now they just seem like structs or something else, like some module. It doesn't seem descriptive enough. Yeah. Server started. Good. Client restart. We're looking for packets of 3. So if I log in, send packet 25 and 26. Kind 25 and 26. Interesting that we don't have to. This is so much easier to read now with all that spew. So why aren't these getting buffered in a funny way? All right, let's choose Captain Fuzzy Lips. Kind 3, kind 31, 29, 26. All right. Hear that. I hit click in the puddle once. We should have received packet 2. We received packet 3. Oh, that is so weird. Why did we receive packet 3? Find 3. Okay, I'm going to restart the client again. Log in. I go with the second one because of some other bug. Yeah, that's packets 25 and 26, right? 25, 26. Good. Now on the client, see down here in the console, I'm also logging out which packets we're sending. I hit clear there because those two matched up. Back to the state. I'll log in as Captain Fuzzy Pants. All right. That results in packet 29, 3, and 3. Oh. Twenty-nine, 3, and 3. Okay, let's check the server. Scroll up. Oh, good. Packet 29. Three. And 31. We didn't send a 31. Where'd you get 31? Interesting. That is perplexing. Well, it might be time for some more unit tests. Something a little bit more complicated. I want to kind of test the packet codec. One thing that I have noticed so far, that we've sent 3 of the packet zeros. If you look at packet 0 just kind of gets consumed. It's kind of a signal packet that doesn't really make it into the game server very far. There's 3 of those. A little confused why we're sending packet 0 alone at the bottom of this. Normally, it comes before something else. That's a little strange. There's 3 of those. Clear that, and if we go back to the game, and I click over towards that little puddle in the top left, I clicked once. Back to Godot. I should have sent a packet 0 and a packet 2. Server? Oh, my mouse cursor is trying to scroll up and down there. We got 3. Yeah. So there is definitely some sort of lag there. This kind of makes me think that it's further past the packet codec. So in the packet codec, we do test that. Well, we test that we can encode and decode it. Interesting. Maybe we are sending the wrong thing back. At sometimes we do send none back. Maybe we should be sending something else. Because none doesn't really signal the right thing there. Well, let's look through this. So at this point we are decoding a packet. Where are we? We're in the decoder implementation of packet codec. This is the Tokyo utils crate that we're using the decoder out of. We're going to return something of type packet. Fine. Now when we get some sort of notification at this point, what's going to happen is that the underlying TCP socket's going to signal. Right? It's going to activate Tokyo because it's going to have data available to it. There's going to be some sort of signal down there. And if all the data comes in at once, it's one signal. So I'm wondering whether or not this packet codec is returning none too early when there's more data packet 0. See, in this case here, maybe we should try to decode the next state again instead of returning none. Could we just do this recursively at this point? I mean, I understand what the protocol is supposed to be, but would that open us up to some sort of use? Somebody has a chain of packet zeros that would be legal. We could just call decode again, and that would be straightforward and simple. let's see if this actually fixes it. So if we call decode or self.decode, what does it actually want? It wants, oh, just the bytes mute. Okay. That should just be a return. This is recursive at that point. What I think is happening is that in the underlying stream, this process is only getting triggered every so often. And it's not going to, so if we have two game packets in one TCP packet, I think this is getting woken up once instead of multiple times. And because we're returning none, it doesn't attempt to read from it again. If we return something, then it'll ask again, give me the next one, give me the next one. It tries to drive that completion, that signal to completion. And I think that it believes that when we return none, it's done, we're good to go. So if that actually fixes this, I'd rather do this in some sort of iterative way instead of recursive. Yeah. Or have some sort of state that says like, oh, we just did one of these. Fail out. All right, so at this point, restart the client. Choose Captain Fuzzy Lips. Oh, interesting on the server. Why? Huh, fascinating. $26.18. Why is it always $26.18? I'm going to reconnect again. I want to try this. Wasn't able to see the console at first. Oh, wow. Trying to shut down non-existent sender. That's interesting. We're going to log in using the second account, Fuzzy Pants. Okay. So what's happening here? At this point, we have two decodes. Decode head. Oh, that's interesting how the spans kind of match up like that. That is cool. I can see like, oh, I'm too deep in here. N is very wrong. So what was that returning before? That was just returning a none. It's returning a okay none. Decode data. It does a decode head. And then it... What? packet codec from slice. All right, and at this point, it should have consumed that data from that. I didn't think we were going to have to advance past that. This decode should have done that. Pardon me, from slice. Should have advanced that. Can we get a reference to a buffer? This 25, what is that in hex? $50.71. Oh my goodness. Okay, so if that, so in CBOR, 50 is, well, it's 16. 50 is actually a special number here. Where is it? It should be in here somewhere. Is it not in here? Okay. But what 50 means is that we have a special set of bytes that are 16 long. Okay. So at this point, we did not advance past that. So I guess technically data dot advance 17 because I know. UUID, which is 16 bytes. I'll bet the UUID that we were using started with 71. Yeah, look at that. 71 right there. So it wasn't advancing past that. Huh. Interesting. All right. Let's run the game again. Oh, I should get going too. All right. Pull everything up on screen for myself. Got 25, 26. It's all that the client has sent so far. Looking in Captain Fuzzy Lips. Oh, that was quick. Yeah, 3, 31. So what do I expect from the client? At 29, 3. Here's 29. 25, 26, 29. Good, that's the right order. It looks like I didn't add some sort of thing there. And then packet 0 should have come in. We would have done a double decode. Okay, we returned packet 3 right away. What surprised me is that packet 31 showed up on the server, and I don't trace that out on the client. Whatever. Figure out where 31's coming from later. If we click on the puddle now. Oh. Okay, I think I clicked on the puddle once already. Twice. 3 times. Oh wow, that did not fix it. Well, that's interesting. I click outside of the puddle. 1, 2, 3. Not 4? Or was 1 clicking into the window? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's still 3. I must have... Okay, so it's not there, but I think this is an improvement. It needs to be changed because I could basically blow the stack doing this. Got packet 0 over and over and over again. I wonder where the buffer is. Why doesn't it happen until we enter the game? Login's fine, character selection's fine. Only once we enter, it's an issue. Clear the client again. Once. 3 times. That is bizarre. Alright, I'll have to think about it. Should probably get going. So, who are we going to raid today? Hey, Absolute Virtue 11, how are you doing? Welcome. I think that was a good spot to check, though. Let's see. What else do we know from this? Right, restart the game client. What are the facts here? Are you doing fine? Good. Glad you're doing fine. We basically have a little bit of lag with the packets moving through the system, not coming through right away. I'm going to figure out exactly why that's happening. Now here, if we click on login, that packet happens instantly. Get the response back, we ask for packet 26. Or we send packet 26 asking for the actor list. Fine. There's no buffer there. Also no double decoding, no packet zeros there. We select fuzzy libs. Oh, it's link dead. I forgot about that. On the server again. Alright. Fuzzy lips. There we go. Captain. Okay, he's logged in. We're going to click on the puddle. Didn't move. Actually, I would like to restart that. Maybe try to reconstruct this. Alright, so what's happening on the client and the server? Let's see, where does it split up? Back at 25 and 26. Dumb question. Sorry, I was just reading out loud. Maybe a dumb question. But is this just a hobby project, or am I planning to do something with the game or this Rust knowledge? I think the game will eventually make it out there. I don't plan on it being like some big, huge thing, but I definitely want to. It's kind of like a personal goal of mine. I want to make a game, multiplayer game that people can play together. I do think that it would be available to be played. I don't know if there'd be cost or anything like that associated with it. It's just too early. But in the meantime, I'm having a fantastic time learning Rust. I'm probably 5 to 6 months into like my hard study of Rust, dedicated study of Rust, and I've already spent some years with the people at work, and I'm getting some services rebuilt in Rust. I'm helping them through my learning of this. So it does have a like this. There is a good side effect of this in my day job, in that I think that we'll be able to actually save money because Rust can do things well in fewer cycles than like Rails and Ruby can. I think I was looking at this, and it might be 2 to 3 orders of magnitude performance difference for what we're doing. And when you look at like Amazon bills and whatnot, that could actually translate into developer salaries, which is just amazing. So we'll see. All right, where were we? We were at the point of, okay, 25 and 26 came in. Okay. I lost the client window. Where is it? Oh, there it is. All right, 25 and 26. So I'm going to toss this down to the bottom. Those are, okay. Get rid of that stuff there. Actually, what was it? Scene change? Yeah, I don't even know what that is. All right, but for now, I'm going to record some of this stuff here. That on the client is this. Okay, and on the server, we got 25 and 26. Good. So we'll just say like this is okay, and same with that one. Now, where do things fall apart? Let's just be a little bit more attentive to this. Clear the buffer on the client. Okay, and select. And the client actually sent a lot more stuff than I think the server actually receives. No, that's not quite right. Those words aren't the right words. So this is what they sent. Okay. Now, packet 0 doesn't translate to anything on the server. It just signals that the stream subject is changing. So what do we get here? We got 29. That one's okay. Now here we should be able to see the double decode come in the next packet. All right, so here's the double decode. We get a packet 3. Okay. That's here. All right. And where'd this 31 come from? All right, well that's where it's going different, right? Like that's different. That's very different. $29, $3, $31. And what is 31? Was it? It's in messages, lib, 31, zone info. That's reasonable. The client should be asking for zone info. Apparently I'm not logging that out though. So it asks for zone info, and suddenly we're 3 behind. There should be a few more packets in there. 29. Got 2 more 3s. Excuse me, 1 more 3, I think. Back to read the to do. Is this 3, which we see in there. Right there. And then we see 31. What happens after the 31? Is that a double decode? Oh, we do see a double decode starting. There's no value that comes out of it. Oh, no. It is kind 31. I see it actually just, it decoded both of them here and then here it came out of the stream. Okay. So 331, the double decode for the 3. 31, we didn't, but we did get double decode started. And normally when we do a double decode, have none, state, head. Are the lengths good here? Odd. All right. Well, I gotta get going. We'll pick this up next time. Actually, it looks like. Hold on. Try this again. We're gonna raid Adam today. All right, y'all. Of course, everybody probably already knows of Adam 13531. He hosts the channel occasionally. So we're gonna get going. Thank you all. See you around. Bye bye.